Bingo, bango, bongo. Welcome to Sports for Dummies. My name is Joshua Merchant, co-host John Merchant. How you doing?
Yeah, good. This is a special episode, actually.
This is a special. This is what are we up to now?
Well, we just did three, but this is
more a special.
But this is we won't put this as an episode. This is going to be more of a request. So, someone that I know gave me a request saying, surely we need, in my overall list, so I've comprised an NBA list over a year or so. I started doing that when the top 75 came out.
Is this a list of like best players?
The top 75 in a row, and I've had to change it 2 or 3 times. I'm still not completely happy with it.
You're not going to give out number one now, are you? Surely you're not going to tell number one.
We're not going to.
That's going to be for another one. You're going to have to keep. You're going to keep asking in the questions.
We're not going to go number one now, but the question was, because of how good he is doing, is if Nikola Jokic keeps continuing essentially wins a title and a finals MVP, where does he finish in the overall rankings at the end of the year?
Yeah. Has he won a title?
He's won one. He won the last year.
Okay. Yes, the Nuggets won. Yeah, my bad. I don't know how I figured.
He averaged a triple-double. He led the whole last season and in the finals, and was the first player in history to lead every team in statistical categories.
So
over.
Are you saying he's up there with your to your number one?
He's not up there. I didn't say that. I didn't say
I'm
that.
I'm not saying you did. I'm asking you a question. Is he? Where is he ranking? Because what position?
So right now he's definitely in the top 20. So he's a center.
Okay.
So I have him in.
So he's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Yep.
He's very big. He would be in my top 9 centers. And there's a couple of really old people in there, so I'm happy if people want to throw them out because they don't know who they are.
Throw them out.
But
in the modern day, in this sort of where we're playing right now, how would he? So I'm trying to think. So center, Tim Duncan was a center, right?
So I have him as a power forward.
Tim Duncan?
Yeah, power forward.
He was a power forward, wasn't he?
Okay. Power forward. So I'll go through
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay, so I'll go through the centers.
Is that right?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you did that well.
I nailed it.
Would do that well. Okay.
How would he compare? Because he's a well-known...
So he's not there yet.
No.
But I'll go through my centers, and we can go from there. So at particular order, no particular order, you can make up what you will of it. You've got Bill Russell at number 1, 11 championships. I don't need to explain him.
Nope.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 6 championships, 6 MVPs. Most unstoppable shot. Sorry, everyone. Shaquille O'Neal, arguably the most definitely the most dominant player of our era.
Guy broke. He could
break the backboard. He was freakishly quick for a guy his size. His footwork is unbelievable.
He was like Mike Tyson of the NBA, but freaking 10-foot 100.
A lot bigger, and he won a 3-peat. Then you've got the original Shaquille O'Neal, who, in terms of statistics, Wilt Chamberlain, who still owns more records than anyone does in the NBA. He was just that physically dominant. You had Hakeem Olajuwon, who's one of the best offensive, defensive players ever. Now we'll go a little bit off. You've got Moses Malone, 3-time MVP. Then you've got Bob Pettit, who won 2 finals MVP, who won 2 MVPs. A lot of people, if you want to throw him out, that's fine. So I've sort of
he's not. So and he's after. Is this what you're saying?
No, I put him. It's Joker right now is after them. Okay. However, Joker's been playing 8 years. His resume is 2 times MVP.
Out of the 8.
He's got it's a good list. It's not a disrespect to him.
Yeah.
He's won a finals MVP, which was what they were asking him to do. And the beauty with Joker was he won his 2 MVPs. A lot of people didn't think he deserved it. He had a statistically just as good year in his last year, going for the 3rd. We won't get into how they vote for the MVPs. I don't think they do it right.
Yep.
They gave it to Embiid, who was a deserving winner, had a great regular season. However, Joker then answered every question by having arguably the greatest playoff series of all time. So he's definitely top 10 centers as we speak.
Now, how does he play? Is he? Because when the Joker comes to mind to me, it's just like he's the Mr. Consistent, and speaks with the stats. Obviously, he's the triple-double king by the sound of things. And I know you go on and on about it. I actually don't want to admit that he's a gun, even though he's won his 2 MVPs and he's won the finals MVP last year. And
he's a champion.
He is a champion, but from a markability, he's just disciplined, Mr. Consistent. That's how I look at him, and he just comes out. He gets the job done. Prime example, yesterday he gets his triple-double. Comes in and just triple-double, 29 points and whatever bloody else he scored, over 10 rebounds, 10, whatever it was, 13 and 11. But he's just consistent, and he comes in, he's doing what, I think we looked up the stats. I think if he gets another triple-double, he'll even LeBron. And there was another player in there that was 107 triple-doubles.
That was Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
And then...
So he'll move straight up to
now. If you want to call him boring, me and my brother have called him. He doesn't look aesthetically pleasing.
No, he's not a market. You look at LeBron.
But okay, so he's not LeBron. So let's just get off it. LeBron, however, people call him. You know how he can average a triple-double.
Yep.
LeBron's been playing for 21 years. This guy's in his 9th. And is one behind him. As a centre. The guy is the first... He's a point centre. He's changing the game. It changes... We talk about Wemby and what he could do. Nikola Jokic is bringing the ball full court. He's good on the boards. He's efficient. He plays within the offense. And you call him boring. Let's compare him to Tim Duncan. All right, he was boring. He won 5 titles.
Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not saying that Tim Duncan, in his own respect, was a gun. It's just not like, the electricity that Steph Curry brings, or Jordan brings. It's not that.
So is he more electric than Steph? Absolutely not. Is he Michael Jordan, LeBron James in terms of marketability? No. But in terms of the actual question is, where will he finish? So
will he finish? So are you saying
if he wins? So there's multiple things. What happens here for Nikola Jokic? So I've highlighted where he sits in my centers ranking.
What about your all-time ranking?
He's in top 20.
All-time?
He's in top 20. And then how does he stack up today? So you got 3 rankings. If he wins a title and the finals MVP, where does Nikola go from that? So I think I'm going to go from current to centers to all-time ranking.
Yep.
So if I have Nikola, so for all that talk I've had of Nikola, do I have him even number 1 in the league?
At the moment? Is he
He's
number
one.
Question, as an all-time... So I don't track him that much. Can he shoot threes?
Yes.
Is he good to get to the post?
Yes. He does everything.
How tall is he?
He's 7 foot.
Does he have handles?
Yes. He's not. Is he Kyrie? Mate,
he's got everything. Can he do what Dirk used to do?
His footwork is unbelievable.
Okay. Well, no, he's not going to do what Kyrie can do, because Kyrie's half a body.
You're asking, this guy can do everything. Does he look uncoordinated when he does it? Sometimes. Yes. But he does it all well.
He's 7 foot.
His IQ for controlling the offense, he doesn't care if he shoots or not. And the best thing, another thing, he doesn't care about the fanfare. Which I think helps him.
That's probably what, and that's why I'm saying he's Mr. Consistent. He might not, like I said, he's the markability. He might not be like I said, the electricity. He's not a Steph. He's not a Jordan.
No.
He's not a LeBron. He's not going to come out like that.
But who are?
Who are? No one's going to.
But
in his own respect, maybe he'll make it that he's the Mr. Consistent. And like what Russell did with his 5 years of a triple-double, and he's the all-time leader there.
Well, Russell has electricity because he's 6'2".
Yes.
6'3". Well, Nikola, despite not being a marker,
seems like he's a great assist. Like, he can pass the ball very well.
He averaged a triple-double, 29 and 11 and 10. So what I think, even though we're saying he's not marketable, he's changing a generation in what it is to be a centre.
That's true. He's changing the role.
No centre organises the offense. He's leaning on the boards. He's leaning in points. He's dishing it out. And he doesn't care whether he gets his. He's happy to he's within the offense, though. And he doesn't do it by being too ball dominant. If Jamal needs to have a big game, he's happy to go back.
Yeah.
He is a very good player. And if he wins this year, well, I'll go through where I think he's going to end. So for this year, I do like Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's another name we got wrong, but we'll
Antetokounmpo, yeah.
We'll just call him Giannis.
Giannis
and Joker had very similar. So they're both obviously not Americans. Giannis, they've had a similar story. As in, Giannis won 2 Finals MVPs, had exits and doubts how he can handle the postseason because he got knocked out. He then won his chip. Now, last 2 years he hasn't won, but he's been awesome. Joker had the same thing. He won 2 MVPs, early round exits. Then he's won him. The NBA has constantly been trying to say who the best player past the LeBron era. LeBron era really stopped at 2020. They've tried to give people the best player in the mantle. They're not.
Yeah.
And having one chip does not make you the best
player.
Best player. I think now what we've got from Giannis and Joker over the since that period, it is a struggle between them both.
For the best player?
For the best player in the world. If Giannis wins, he's the best player in the world. He goes up the rankings.
Yeah.
If Joker wins, he's the best player in the world. Definitely. Now, you can make an argue for both players who the best player in the world is. Giannis does it. Giannis scores scores more than Joker. He's a better defender than Joker.
That's the one thing that Giannis, I think, has. He's been in the defensive team.
Correct.
A lot more.
But Joker's a much better shooter.
Yeah. But in terms of points, I think Giannis averages more over his career.
No. But I said shooter.
As in just...
So Giannis to the rim is first to the rim. Joker can beat you. He can hit your threes. Better from the free throw line. He's better from the mid range.
It's actually a really good comparison. Sorry to cut you short. Because Giannis has played 10. Joker's played 9.
Yep.
So they're very, very, very similar. Giannis has played 8 playoffs. Joker's played 5.
Yep.
All-Star, Giannis 7, Joker 5.
Yep.
Season MVP, they're equal on 2. Finals MVP, they're equal on 1. All NBA first team, Giannis is on 5, Joker on 3. So it seems like last 2 years for Joker have been 3 years, have been incredibly good. The one thing that all defensive first team, Giannis is 4, Joker 0. All defensive teams in general, Giannis 5, Joker 0. Defensive player of the year, Giannis 1, Joker none. Now, like you said though, Joker's got his strength, which seems to be he's a great shooter. He can pass really, really well, much better than Giannis.
He's a much better shooter.
He's a coordinator versus Giannis is the backbone, and then
correct. And it'll be interesting. And this is where both of them, when they've lost their playoffs, where they crewed up. Giannis, in the last 2 years, Middleton was out the second best player. Last year, Giannis was out himself.
Yeah.
Joker had Jamal Murray out for one of his MPs out. They're now crewed up.
Yeah.
They've both won 2 MVPs, 1 Finals MVP. It is absolutely... I think it's a great time in basketball because we've had the LeBron era. It's funny we say the LeBron era. He's still the face of the league and he's...
100 years old. 56.
And
he'll be 56. He'll be... have you watched Kyrie where he dresses up as the old man and he shows all these young bloods? That's going to be LeBron with his 2 sons playing NBA.
But he won't have to dress up.
No, he won't. He will be him.
But, so, you get the point. It's not his era. Well, it's still his league.
Yes.
He's the face of the league. Let's now come to the best player. I think it's a neck and neck. You can make an argument for both. I actually personally love how Giannis goes about it a little bit more. But mate, it's.
I've always really liked Giannis, even when he wasn't winning his MVP.
He's got that killer mentality,
killer instinct. He hit the way he when he was younger, the explosiveness. He still has that now, but
and he's
just
improved.
To drive, and he gets bigger. And he's gotten because he was pretty small when he came into the NBA, and then just went.
We talked about improving.
Yeah.
Every year, and Giannis has done that, and
the Joker's been doing that the last.
Well, the Joker from a fundamentals,
yeah,
is as good as any 7 foot.
Which is a scary combination.
You can make an argument for any of them.
Yeah.
I think it's... Let's not crown them yet. I reckon this is the year.
So you reckon those two, they'll be
the two best players in the league.
We predicted...
They're the two best players in the league.
Who did you say was going to win the MVP this year? Did we go into that?
I didn't put an MVP. I was more worried about who's the best player in the world. And MVP could be won by anyone. I think it's them two, head and shoulders above the rest.
Yeah.
Can someone else come from nowhere? Of course. You've got, Tatum, Embiid. Can he, can he have a big year after his flame out in the postseason? Can KD get back to some form? Steph Curry, never ride him off. Mate, if LeBron James was actually let to play,
they didn't load manage him. He had
He had the best 29-minute game. Well, he had the best 20. He had the best season for a guy in his 21st season ever.
Yeah.
But let's stick to it. They're the best two players in the world. Joker wins, he will be the number one.
Yeah.
Now let's go to center rankings. So I've got him at 9. If he wins this one, he will shoot. So you got Bill Russell, Shaq, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whatever order you want, Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem. He will go to number 6.
He'd be up to 6. I was going to say there's some serious caliber. I'm not saying Joker's not caliber, but that is some serious talent.
He wins that. He's second. He's second he becomes a 6th all-time center. But that is some good crop.
What about all-time? In your all-time rankings on all-time,
he will go to 12th. He will go in my top. He will go to 12th. Okay. He will go, without giving all of it away, he'll go just behind Hakeem Olajuwon.
That's the only one you're going to give away. You're not going to give away any other ones. We're going to keep talking. We've got too many episodes and specials and things.
He'll go just behind. So yeah, he'll go behind Hakeem.
Yeah.
For the matter of fact, and not because it's actually too far off.
I mean, that's pretty.
It'll be neck and neck. Hakeem's just going to have him on the defensive side.
Yeah.
That will be a neck and neck. He still hasn't, for me, to go. Let's put Hakeem aside because I reckon there's another.
What if he improved his defensiveness?
I think when you come to this level, it's about, are you winning now?
Yeah.
It's not just about rings. You have to be the Finals MVP.
Yep.
For it to lock into both.
Well, if you're the best player in the team, your team's winning, you're normally going to be the Finals MVP. It's without a give. It's a given.
Correct, but it doesn't happen all the time.
No, you're right. Like you said, Curry. 1 out of 4.
If that was all the time, Magic Johnson or Kareem would be a lot higher.
Very true.
And this is where Bill Russell's the hard one because they didn't have Finals MVP. However, what's the Finals MVP award called? The Bill Russell Trophy.
Yeah,
because the guy won all the time.
Time.
So he's the anyway. We can that's another argument how good Bill Russell is. Put him and Hakeem equal. Yeah. He's knocking on the top 10. He's knocking on the top 10 if he wins here. And Giannis is no different. Giannis is the exact same. They're literally at that point.
Well, very similar ages.
They've got
season difference.
Their high awards are the exact same.
But it's now winning championships.
We're now about winning.
Yeah.
We're now about winning. And as I said, it's not everything, but it is sort of your deciding factor.
Well, becoming the all-time great, meaning it's a team sport. We're not doing Formula 1 here, guys. We're not
playing tennis.
We're not playing tennis.
We're playing boxing. It's not NBA.
We're not a one-on-one. It's we're playing team sport.
So that's where rings aren't everything, but that's where I've really valued that Finals MVP.
Yeah.
Who was the best player on those championship sides?
Well, it matters who got the MVP for the whole season because the season gets you to the finals. And
correct.
If you're but if you come clutch and you win your Finals MVP, you're right. That's where when you're coming in clutch.
MVP is absolutely important, but you can be an MVP winner and not
provide.
And we can go.
True.
How many good players? So Karl Malone's won 2, Charles Barkley's won 1, James Harden's won 1, Russell Westbrook's won. They're not champions though.
Yeah,
that's
very true.
There's levels to greatness. I'm not saying those guys aren't great players.
Yeah, no, but you made a valid point. The Finals MVP you're normally on the winning squad. You're normally on the champion squad, and that's I guess where, it's interesting. Yeah, Joker and Giannis, I think this year will be interesting to see. I mean, Joker's come out and done his first bloody triple-double already.
Well, let's see how Giannis goes. Well, he plays against that's a great game against Embiid. Both are under, I think both those sides are under real pressure. Giannis is now crewed up with Lillard, who's got his own pressure. Yeah. And then you've got Embiid, who campaigned like a president for his MVP. 4 years to get his MVP. Gets it. Jokic is the other ones who they gave it away from, and who did better in the playoffs. Well, Joker did. And then you got all the dismay. You've had the Ben Simmons saga. Yeah. James Harden now is doing the exact same thing, not wanting to play.
They have a good squad if all their squad actually genuinely wanted to play and played.
Well, that's where Maxi's very good. Harden's gone. That is a done deal. And anyone who picks him up just doesn't want to win. Yeah, you may as well pick him up just for
Clippers. Get on it.
Well, that was no. They're the number one. They're looking at it. If Clippers got there.
Someone just smacked my head up against a brick wall. Well, no shit. He's just. Anyway.
Let's move on.
At
the summary, Joker is already an all-time great. He proved that by becoming a champion. Now it's exciting to see we're at the post LeBron, where he's kind of still at an elite level. Yeah, who's going to take the reins, as the best player, and how far can this new crop with the Giannis, Joker, how far can they go up the all-time rankings?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see. I'm keen to see. I think this year we'll bring out some good stuff. Yeah. And I'm keen to see tomorrow's game. I want to see Giannis come out and just throw out some.
We'll definitely we'll be talking about that.
Awesome. Well, thank you. If you've enjoyed this special, please give us a like and
thank you to Ben Cad for sort of, the suggestion on what to talk about.
Yes, this is any more suggestions, questions?
Happy to take them.
Yeah, we love being able to talk about things that people actually want us to talk about. We hear the sound of our own voice sometimes and we cringe. So it's great when someone actually asks us a question and we're talking to them. So it's awesome.
Good. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.